You're welcome to Health of Fitness on Impact After Television. Here we eat it and sweat it out. Get it? Well, we'll be going through our first segment today. My name is Adeyemi Alashi and I'll be right back.
Obesity, in layman's language, you understand obesity as having excessive weight gain. However, nutritionally, we can define obesity as a situation whereby the activity level of the body of an individual does not balance well with the dietary intake of the person as a result of excessive consumption of fats intake. However, this may result in having too much weight in the body. However, also, I will still say, obesity can be defined using what we call the body mass index, which is calculated by the height of an individual and the weight of the person. It's simply using the formula weight over the square of the height of the person. When the BMI is more than 30 kg per meter square, then obesity sets in. However, there are other things before that. Before an individual is defined as being obese, we definitely have overweight before that. And we have normal weight too, normal nutritional status. The normal BMI is supposed to be for normal individual, is supposed to be between 18 to 24 kg per meter squared, and overweight is between 25 to 29.5, while obesity, as said earlier, is 30 kg per meter square after using the weight of the individual divided by the square of the height of the person. That is simply what we call obesity, and definitely is resulted from excessive intake of food, which is mostly fat intake, and it does not balance well with the activity of the person, either physical activity or just normal daily activity of the person. Obesity can be genetic, obesity can be metabolic, and obesity can be as a result of environmental influence. So if you're asking if obesity can be cured, yes, when you hear the word cure, it's in the context of disease, but obesity can be managed. I'll put it that way. So we can put it as obesity can be managed, at least to a 100% extent, so to say. Obesity can shorten life expectancy in that there are a lot of complications that comes with obesity, and these include cardiovascular diseases. Let me put it under the umbrella of non-communicable diseases, which we call NCDs, which are hypertension, diabetes mellitus, most cardiovascular diseases, the issue of cholesterol, and a whole lot. And if all these are not well managed, definitely can shorten the lifespan of an individual. Most of the time, nutrition come into play when it comes to obesity in the management. If an individual visits an hospital or the hospital for a complication relating to obesity, the underlying condition is obesity. Most of the time we get patients or clients referred to dietitians to manage this condition, which is the underlying factor to other disease conditions. So most of the time, yes, we get to see patients or clients referred and using diets or food to manage obesity, so it can be done. You don't have to have a lot to reduce your weight. It's not it does not have any financial implications, so to say. All you just need to do is, we want to reduce the caloric intake you are taking, which amounts to reducing the portion sizes of what you are taking. So it does not have to stress you financially if you want to reduce weight. However, it is good to understand the concept of trying to understand what you need to put in your plate to achieve an adequate diet in good proportion, which is mostly preaching the gospel of eating a lot of fruits and vegetables. But you don't have to become a vegan before you reduce your weight. Weight reduction requires that you eat your 3 main meals: breakfast, lunch, and dinner. However, each of the meals must come with a fruit and lots of vegetables. Vegetables do not necessarily have to be cooked vegetables. Cabbage, cucumbers, lettuce, celery, a whole lot can also be included. However, if it is cooked vegetables, which one has to be very important to include in the meal, it has to be cooked with relatively low amounts of cooking oil. In an extreme case of obesity, which we termed as grade 3 obesity, yes, surgery might be needed. As much as possible, this definitely, when you hear surgery, this will require extra financial implication. So definitely using medicine approach now than nutrition approach, it might be faster, so to say, though. However, the cost implication is more. So an obese person is very, very prone to other diseases, which we call complications of obesity, which I mentioned earlier, mostly the non-communicable diseases, which are diabetes mellitus, hypertension, problem with cholesterol, either hyperlipidemia or dyslipidemia. We have heart failure. Stroke, again, can also be one of the complications of obesity. Obesity does not have age limitation. We have childhood obesity, which occurs in children, and adults, teenagers. It cuts across all age groups, so it does not have any age limitation. It can happen to a child. It can even happen to babies. Yes, they can be bigger than their age, either as a result of some metabolic disorders going on, or as a result of overfeeding also. Maybe the mother is not just giving the right combination of diets, you understand. So it does not have any age definition. It can happen to a baby, can happen to a toddler, it can happen to a young adult, teenagers, elderly. Yes, some obesity can tend to still not well felt during the time an elderly person was still very active, but by the time the person enter a geriatric age, 60 years plus, the problem of the obese situation will now be felt, and that is when the likes of arthritis set in. So at that stage, the person may now, of course, because the person was initially quite active, for example, somebody working with the government and still very much active in service, at that time the person may not really even felt it so much. Unfortunately, stepping into the geriatric age, the person eating habits still continues, but the lifestyle, physical activity has reduced. So at that stage, then definitely the effects of the obesity will now be felt. So obesity does not have age limits. Obesity can be well prevented, mainly from the definition I gave earlier, making a balance of your dietary intake with the activity level. A sedentary lifestyle amounts to not doing much work physically. However, it will require that an individual should make a balance of his or her intake with whatever activity level the person is doing. Now, as much as possible not to have obesity, breakfast, we cannot miss it out. It's one of the very important meal of the day, which helps a lot in managing or preventing obesity. So as much as possible, ensure you take an adequate, balanced breakfast every day. Then to prevent or manage, then to manage obesity, it has already happened, it has already occurred. Then as much as possible, don't say you want to live on fruits and vegetable alone. This is not a good approach to managing obesity. The body still needs glucose, so we still need to eat our normal food. However, reduce fat intake from fat containing food, which include fried foods, offers, pastries, processed food, as much as possible should be reduced. A lot of vegetables has to be included in the diet. For whatever form of food you are taking in a day, you must include your vegetable. Let vegetables fill half of your plates, and fruits, it is expected that we take about 3 to 5 servings of fruits in a day. How do we get to this? Between 3 to 1 per meal, 1 in breakfast, 1 at lunch, and 1 at dinner. That's about 3 servings. You can add extra ones to balance up the 5 servings per day. So as much as possible, it is very important for us to ensure that our plates, your carbohydrates should be about quarter of your plate, protein quarter of the plate, half of the plate will now be more of your vegetables and a serving of fruits.
Hello and welcome to the Nutrition and Health Benefits Corner. Today we'll be talking about oranges. Oranges are a type of low-calorie, highly nutritious citrus fruit. As part of a healthful and varied diet, oranges contribute to strong, clear skin and can also help lower a person's risk of many conditions. This popular citrus fruit is particularly known for its vitamin C content. However, oranges contain a range of other plant compounds and antioxidants antioxidants that may reduce inflammation and work against disease. Here are the health benefits of oranges. Oranges are a good source of fiber and potassium, both of which can support heart health. According to research, consuming enough fiber can significantly reduce the risk of heart disease, both developing and being fatal. This affects its ability to lower cholesterol levels in the blood. 1 cup of orange juice can provide 14% trusted source of a person's daily potassium. A medium orange weighing 131 grams contributes 3.14 trusted sources of fiber, which is nearly 10% of an adult's daily fiber requirement. Several studies have found that fiber can improve some factors that contribute to diabetes development and progression. Consuming enough vitamin C can help a person maintain skin health and appearance. Vitamin C contributes to collagen production. Collagen supports the skin, promotes wound healing, and improves skin strength. The outcome of a 2015 review trusted source suggests that dietary vitamin C improves how people perceived their skin health and how healthful it actually was, including appearance, wrinkling, elasticity, and roughness. Now let's go to nutrition. 1 medium orange weighing 131 grams provides 61.6 calories, 0.16 gram of fat, 237 milligrams of potassium, 15.4 grams of carbohydrates, 12.2 grams of sugar, and 1.23 grams of protein. The same orange provides the following percentages of a person's daily requirement of several essential vitamins and minerals, according to United States Department of Agriculture guidelines. Now let's talk about the nutrient percentage of daily requirements for adults. Vitamin C, 92.93% for females and 77.44% for males. Thiamine, 10.36%. Folate, 9.83%. Fiber, at least 9.34% depending on age and sex. Calcium, between 4.36% and 5.24% depending on age. Potassium, 5.04%. And finally, oranges also contain choline and zeaxanthin. And that's it on Nutrition and Health Benefits Corner. I am Victoria Owoyemi.
And that will be all for today on Health and Fitness on Impact Africa Television. I remain your host, Adeyemi Alatishe. I can't wait.